most probably you can say that either side that loses, their top four hopes are most probably done and dusted. Whether it's Tottenham, whether it's United, and a draw for both sides doesn't work in their favor. So now, if you look at the table here for both the sides, United right now in the table have 47 points of 28 games, while Spurs have 45 of 26 games. Spurs have 2 games in hand, which are against Brighton and Arsenal, while United have no games in hand left now. So, coming to you, Uday, brother, what's your preview of this match? And what do you think is going to happen? Is Antonio Conte going to pull an absolute stunner here and win away at Old Trafford? Or Ralph Ragnick finally getting something out of this United squad? And Cristiano Ronaldo earning his 500k wages and doing something that is paid to do?
Cristiano Ronaldo, sorry for the way I pronounce his name, he is 37 years old and he's already scored 15 goals for the club. What else do these buggers expect from him, man? That's my first point. Secondly, I feel buying Cristiano Ronaldo, to be honest, to prove that, okay, we already know he's a club legend. I mean, what more will you leverage out of a 37-year-old veteran of the sport, man, who's about to probably depart to MLS, maybe if he finds out, or maybe he hits a rut in terms of the goal scoring that he's had in this season. Obviously, he's playing in the Premier League. It'll be difficult for him to press. It'll be difficult for him to cover the ground more than he did, for Juventus and even for Real Madrid. Obviously, he was at his peak. But come on, man. Let's just give that lad a rest. He deserves statues all over the world. And blaming him for United losses is not the key. If they want to make him, if Ralph has him in his plans, well and good. If he doesn't, then that's Ralph's decision and is to respect it. But coming on to the forward line, right? I think Jadon Sancho has found his laces with United. He's been scoring goals here and there, and he's been helping in providing the key passes into the final third, which is important to build on that key tilt factor. And if you talk about the other forwards, I was, to be honest, before Greenwood actually, he's been sidelined because of the ongoing issue, which I don't want to talk about. But this season, Greenwood was dribbling really well. We could see his level of skill as well as a young footballer, and he was upcoming. He already scored 6 goals in the Premier League, I think. So Greenwood is another footballer I think that they'll be upset about. And but his replacement, I think they were looking at getting Rashford into the game, but I don't know why Rashford not being given the minutes that he deserves. He's a direct footballer. I like how he plays, and his pace is enough to decimate any defensive line and go behind them and probably try to stir things up in the final third. But when you're not being given an opportunity, obviously you'll be hearing rumors about the transfers and all happening. And despite Rio Ferdinand giving him the flag for being a club academy prospect and making such claims. Looking into the game against Tottenham, man, I can only remember the 6-1 scoreline is what I can remember. Apart from that, nothing else hits my brain when I think about United and Tottenham. But coming back to the point before I ask you what you feel about the game, I would just like to make one more point. Look at Conte. Look at the form that he's carrying the team with right now, and look at Manchester United. As you can see, as you have proudly opened the window up, 38 goals have been scored by United. Is that right? 38? No, they've conceded 38 goals and they've formed 45 goals. On the other hand, Tottenham have formed 40 goals and conceded 32. I know more or less this is the same statistic and figure, but still we can see that Tottenham over the past few weeks have improved massively in terms of goal scoring as well. Harry Kane is back with his boots. I think he scored a deuce in 2 matches. Once against City and one in the last match as well. Even though they struggled against Burnley, which was shocking. I mean, who would have expected them to win against City and struggling against Burnley? That doesn't really sit with me. But anyways, coming back to the point, I think United Tottenham is going to be a stellar of a competition, expecting the likes of Heung-min Son and Kane to do dummies, get into a deeper position to release the other person out like they usually do. So yeah, but I'm pretty upset with the fact that Ndombele, Sissoko, who were playing under Mourinho and even under Nuno, they had to depart, man. They went to, I think, League One and other clubs. Those people were pretty sturdy and they were very creative also. I think they weren't like out and out fluid players, but even now you don't have a fluid player in Tottenham, do you? So what are your thoughts on the game? I think I've already spoken about both the teams a bit.
I think it's summed it very, very well for me. And I think for United and Tottenham, actually look properly, I think Kulusevski has done a superb job since coming at Tottenham. I think I did not expect him to be this good, and he was just superb. Coming to Tottenham now, the Achille heels for Manchester United is the defense. Like For me, under Ragnick, I've seen some progression what he's trying to do, but the problem is the players are just not good enough. The attitude at that place absolutely stinks. Their confidence is like they are Bayern Munich, and their performances are like they're Burnley. But Burnley even have heart, passion, desire that their players don't have. For me, in the last match, Ragnick did do a good tactical switch. He went with the front six, pressing City absolutely relentlessly to get chances. And in the first half, I did say, man, they are looking good. They're trying something. Second half, the same players came in and slow, turgid, no desire, no passion. And for me, if I'm a United fan, I will be banging my head to the wall watching this second goal. That second goal was one of, if not the most disgusting goal I've seen in my life. Like, they had ample time. Lindelof and Fred had ample time to get back. They were standing, having their hand on the head, and just what's happened? You had 10 seconds to reach there. You could have stopped that goal, and it just wasn't. If I'm being very honest, City did not even play well. City did not even play well in that game. They were in the second gear the whole game. If they were in the first gear, that could have been 7-1, 8-1, 9-1, and could have been for the history books. That was a very poor City performance, which United just showed how big difference is between the rivals. So the player desire is not there. I still don't know, will Cristiano play, will he not play? They don't even have options right now. Lingard has no desire to stay at the club. Marcus Rashford is absolutely horrific right now. Ilanga is a young kid, so I don't want to put any pressure on him. And Juan Mata is old and not the same Mata that we knew. Bruno and Pogba, they lose the ball a lot and they have their on and off day. So at the moment, this side is very unclear. But I think on the tactical side, Conte has a bit to worry about as well because his side has been yo-yo team, beating the bigger sides and then donating the points towards the shorter sides. That's been what Tottenham has been doing this whole season because if you give Harry Kane and Son the space, if United foolishly play attacking football, this is going to be a murder. If United play high pressing football, this could be United 1 Tottenham 4, United 1 Tottenham 3. Because Kane and Son are going to absolutely rip Maguire and Lindelof apart. But if United play a turgid football, like a bit Ole Gunnar Solskjaer counter-attacking football, I think they will most probably beat Tottenham. So
Yeah.
Uday, in tactical review, what do you think United can do to stop Tottenham?
Dude, you totally battered them. This is what I would do on a good day. Well, to be honest, I think I agree with each and every point that you've laid out there. I think that just so United as a club, when you talk about pressing, also, I think the first 30 minutes, if they go in with a full pressing mood, right, the first 30 minutes they will press, and then they'll get a little tired. You'll see them little discoordinated. You'll see them little disorganized. You'll see the midline is letting go. Giving in a lot of spaces in the back, and even Maguire for that matter. I don't know where does the leadership go, where does the communication go when it comes to United playing under pressure. There is no communication on the pitch. Like you see Henderson and Milner shouting all the time. I think United need a leader like that. Valencia used to do the job for them when he was there till in the club till 17, 18, 19. But after that, I think even when Alex Young departed to Inter Milan, I think they struggled a lot in that department. Nonetheless, I think, dude, I am not writing United off, to be honest. I think United can ride the high tide, the hard tide, and still they can get back into the game. We know they are known as the comeback kings, right? Since past couple of seasons, they've been scoring goals in the second half, and I think this season too, we shouldn't write them off. I think when you the players that I like the most in United are Bruno Fernandes again because he can play deep, he can provide in good long balls from behind, he can link up play as well near the final third. I think Bruno is not the problem. I think the problem are other players. Pogba needs to be consistent. Let's hope that he plays well in this game from the left mid position or wherever they like to place him. I think left mid is where he'll be mostly starting. Ilanga, on the other hand, was also linking up well with Pogba. To be honest, in the first 30 minutes, I think United were trying to get onto City in that game, right, from the right flank. So I think Ilanga is still young, and we can't rely on him. That's true, but at least they should be playing someone who's already proven a point, in the past couple of games. I don't know if Rashford performs well in training. I'm not the manager, but I would anyways choose Rashford. Maybe even on the right. I know he's right-footed and all that, but I don't mind him playing from the right-hand side as well. Rashford, maybe Sancho, Pogba behind Sancho, Bruno, maybe a 4-4-2 would help where one of those players can become a hybrid striker. Maybe Ronaldo and Bruno Fernandes again. Bruno can shadow him. Whatever it will be, whatever formation they come up with. I think it'll be interesting to see United, how they play and match up with Tottenham. Again, I'm not writing them off because the form that United have shown over the seasons is not based on one performance. It is about how erratic they can be. How good can they be or how bad can they be? It's just been that. It's never been an average performance. It's been a good or a bad performance. So I think that's why we've always ridiculed them and we have made fun of the spectators as well. But I think coming back to the point, I think it'll be a stellar of a competition. But I'm expecting Tottenham to win this. As simple as that, because of the consistency that they've shown in the past couple of games. So I think yeah, that's where I would end the conversation about United and Tottenham. But any parting comments from you?
I think for me, I think the parting comment for this match will be, I think it's going to be very interesting. And for me, we'll get to the predictions later in the video. But I think this could be one of the most boring games we can have this weekend. I just cannot see how this is going to go, because United at the moment, they cannot risk a loss, because another loss is most probably their season has ended, and it all depends on Atletico or bust. They beat Atletico, they stay their season. If they don't beat Atletico, that season over by 30th game week, and they have nothing to play for. So I think this is a pressure match for United, especially what happened when you lose to your rivals 4-1. It's always hurting. While for Tottenham Hotspur, they are very inconsistent under Conte. Conte can be smiling one day like great, and the other day he could be crying. No, that's with Antonio Conte and the way he does. He can lose to United 3-0 and he can come in the press conference and say, this is not the Tottenham I know. We are not ready to win the title. We are
Yeah.
just not ready right now. We don't have the resources to compete with United. They can win 3-0 and he can come and say that this is the best group of players I've worked with. These are the best group of bunch of players I know. Harry Kane is the best striker in the world. So that's with Conte. He yo-yos between his press conferences. So I think it's a very hard match to predict between the both sides.